Guys, this is All Day Fishing 23, and I just want to give you guys an update. I know I haven't made a video in a long time, but right now it's June, and lately I just got done with a tournament and caught most of my fish off this lure right here, but I'll get back to that a little later in the video. But I'm just going to give you what I've been catching most of the fish off: largemouth, smallmouth, rock bass I've caught in the river. But let's just get to it. Okay, starting off, this is just random order, but Zoom Super Fluke. I don't really know what kind of this color is, but I usually just fish this weightless, let it sink to the bottom, twitch it, make it look like a dying fish. That's pretty much what I do mostly. You can Texas rig it if you want. Next, this is a watermelon red. I think it's a bitsy tube, or I think it's 3 or 4 inches, but I put a tube jig on there, and I usually just jig this off the bottom very slowly, and usually the bass will bite it on the drop. So great lure to use, lake, pond, or river. This is the Rodent by Strike King. Has a coffee scent and it's salted. I think this is a great lure for pitching and flipping, like to get under docks, heavy cover, brush, under lily pads, anywhere. Great lure too. This is a Zoom Shaky Head Worm, I think is what it's called. Watermelon red. That's kind of my favorite color. Same with this one. That's watermelon red. Put this on a shaky head. I have a bigger version of this too, but I don't think I have it with me at the very moment. But I use this lakes, rivers, ponds, etc. Like I was saying, this is what I'll use usually with it. Football head, shaky head right here. Put that on right there. Let all that float up. Okay, next, Zoom Lizard. Has a lot of action in the tail. Great summertime lure. I can't really remember what this is called. It's like candy or magic watermelon red with all those little different specks, like green, blue, yellow, purple. But bass love this. Most of the time I Texas rig it. You can Carolina rig it. You can fish this, weightless, but most of the time you're going to want this to be popping up and down the bottom. Next, if we can come out of the freaking carpet, is Strike King Sexy Shad, red-eyed Sexy Shad rattle trap. Great lure. I fish this usually in ponds and lakes. This is probably one of my favorite lures I use. It's a little banged up, but I got a couple other ones in there. But very versatile. You can fish this. You can reel this in slow, but let it bump off the bottom. Just don't get hung on the rocks like I've done a million times. And you can fish this just a little faster, and usually the bass will hit it. And you can set the hook, but I usually let it sit for maybe 2 seconds and then set it, because sometimes I have trouble. Just my experiences. And here's another lure right here, probably the last lure. Booyah buzzbait. This is probably the buzzbait and the red-eyed shad are probably my favorite lures. And the rodent right here. But I love this lure. I fish it in the morning. I fish it during the day sometimes. I actually caught my biggest bass during the day with this Booyah buzzbait, and I catch them all the time during the evening. But best colors for me that work is this chartreuse color right here, and I have it on my pole. I like the black color. Sometimes the white usually works in clear water, but this is what I like. And what you want for your spinner, like your the blade, you want it to get like a squeaky noise on it. Well, I have one hand, but I don't know if you can hear that. But you want a squeaky noise so it makes more water. Just like vibrates more on top of the water. And that's just my opinion, my overall lure. But thanks guys for watching. Rate, subscribe, and like. And see you next time. Signing out.